Okay, we're all set.
All right, thank you all. I'd like to call the Thursday, June 16th special meeting of the Police and Fire Commission to order. We'll start with the roll call. Commissioner Dorf,
Here.
Commissioner Cobb.
Here.
And I'm Commissioner Goldhahn. Vice President Boyle Roloff and Commissioner Laux are both excused. So we do have a quorum. You all should have received an agenda emailed from Haley. If there are no questions or changes, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion by Commissioner Dorf.
And a second.
Seconded by Commissioner Cobb. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda has been approved. Three items on the regular agenda. The first is consideration with possible action on the 2022 Chippewa Valley Regional Firefighting Hiring Process. That process was in your pre-work packet. And open the floor to any questions or comments about this. Just to kind of set the stage, this is very similar to the Fox Valley process that we use, but due to needs and the ability to cast an even wider net, there's a proposal to not only use Fox Valley, but also use Chippewa Valley process as well to open ourselves to additional candidates. And I'll open the floor to the chief and Jen to cover any additional information.
Yeah, we don't typically run two academies a year just because of the manpower requirements and the strain on our training staff. And the reason that we're asking for this year is that, we started out, we had 17 vacancies. And by the time we actually gave the academy, 2 people backed up right before the start of the academy, and then we lost 2 of the recruits in the middle of the academy, which created 4 vacancies. I just had a fire marshal retire, which creates 5. Battalion Chief Drew Spielman is retiring, not retiring, he's resigning actually, and I guess retiring. He got the fire chief's job in Hudson, Wisconsin. So that makes 6. We know of 1 more very shortly. Brian Turk retired, so that's 7. We could have as many as 10 more vacancies here before before the end of the summer. We do not want to go in because of the strain on overtime, especially into the special event season. When we get into Packer season, it's just a big strain on everybody. So trying to balance out which is worse, trying to run the training academy or taxing everybody with filling shifts. So we've opted to go to Chippewa Valley this time, this fall, and see how that works out. We're going to probably, for sure, we'll be looking for 7 people. It could be as many as 10 or 11 for this fall. And then we may have that many more after the retirement season at the end of the year here for next spring. So we're trying to split it up a little bit. When we get in those really big recruit classes, it makes it difficult to manage. It makes it difficult for the recruits to get all of the necessary so that's why we come before you.
Chief, and I just have a question. And so the ask is that we are able to recruit individuals from a pool. What is specifically is the ask?
No, the ask is just to do a hiring process through Chippewa Valley. Fox Valley only does their recruitment once a year. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Chippewa Valley is a little more flexible in that they'll run one for us whenever we request it. The cost is around $1,500, about very similar to what Fox Valley charges. We expect that we're going to get a lot of crossover from some of the new graduating class from Fox Valley into the Chippewa Valley class or process, but we will certainly draw some from the west side of the state as well through this testing.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I have no questions on it.
Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the process and authorize them to begin.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner
And
Cobb,
seconded.
seconded by Commissioner Dorf. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we have unanimous consent to approve the Chippewa Valley Regional hiring process for a fall hiring. It is likely that probably in August, September timeframe. Chief, correct me if that's wrong, but we may be that soon being in a position to schedule interviews.
Yeah, I would say, Jen, I know you worked out the calendar with Ryan, so I'll defer to Jen on that.
So what we have tentatively held for police and fire commission interviews would be the first week of August. And we'll reach out to everyone, I would think relatively soon, just so we can get that held on all of the commissioners' calendars. Being that summer books up pretty quickly for everyone.
Okay. The next item is consideration with possible action on the request to approve the fire department battalion chief promotional list. That list was also in your pre-work packet. There were 5 candidates that went through the process. 2 were successful, and the alphabetical listing of those was in your packet. So unless there are any questions, I'll ask for a motion to approve that list.
Move to approve the list.
A motion by Commissioner Dorf,
Second,
You're muted. There you
second,
second by Commissioner Cobb. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? All right, we have unanimous consent of the promotional list as noted in the pre-work packet. And the next item is a closed session item, consideration with possible action on the request for promotion to the rank of battalion chief. The commission may convene in closed session pursuant to sections 19.85, paragraph 1, sub CNF, Wisconsin statutes, to consider employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercise responsibility. The commission may thereafter reconvene in open session pursuant to section 19.85, paragraph 2, Wisconsin statutes, to report the results of the closed session and consider the balance of the agenda. Is there a motion to go into closed session?
Move to
Motion
go
to
to
go.
closed session.
Motion by Commissioner Cobb was first. Commissioner Dorf, is there a second?
Yes. Second.
Okay, second by Commissioner Dorf. All those in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we're in closed session. All right, thank you. While in closed session, we reviewed the promotion list and unanimously made the decision to authorize approval of Captain Chad Bronkhorst, battalion chief, the next available opening, which is expected to be later this month, in and around June 24th. So the commission congratulates Chad and looks forward to him serving in this new position. And that was a unanimous vote by the commissioners in closed session. That completes our agenda. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Motion by Commissioner Cobb. Call it a second by Commissioner Dorf. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we are adjourned.